God's help. There is a tradition in which the Prophet of Islam said, "Every important task that does not start with the remembrance of God is cut off." Musnad Ahmad. I was contemplating on the meaning of this tradition. I realized that the remembrance of God here refers to starting something by saying Bismillah, that is, in the name of God. Then I thought that this does not simply refer to starting something by uttering certain phrases, rather it refers to planning. That task will definitely be successful if the planning of which is based on divine guidance. Whereas if the planning of something is done without conviction in God and without seeking His guidance, such a task can never be successful. This is not something simple. It means that you must think before starting any task. You must have full conviction in God and His guidance, and then think and plan. It does not mean that you simply say the words of Bismillah and God's help will automatically be received. It means that you have to first reflect on the meaning of taking God's name and then plan your action. In my life, I have started many things by taking God's name, and with God's help, they have been successful. You must have full conviction in God. You must have full conviction in His guidance. You have to first discover God Almighty and develop such conviction in Him. You have to first prepare yourself. Only then will your mind open. Then angels will come to guide you. When you start something in this way, the success of that task is certain. This is not poetry. This is my experience. Once I was coming back home to my village, Badharia, from Azamgarh. I got off the train at the nearest railway station near my village. When I reached the station, evening had set in and darkness had fallen. There was no way to reach my village, which was still some distance away. I could not understand where to go. I was grasping in the dark. In this state, I got out of the railway station and simply started walking. I saw fields of corn everywhere. I entered into the fields, but I failed to find any exit. It was a jungle of cornfields, so I continued to walk, but I was not reaching anywhere. Suddenly, I saw a light ahead. I stood still and slowly started walking towards the light. Guided by the light, I started moving ahead. I continued to walk, and where the light stopped, I saw a man. I told the man that I had come from Azamgarh by train and had to go to my village, which was across the bridge, and if he could take me to the bridge from where I knew my way. The man listened to me and simply started walking ahead, and I started following him. Guided by his light, I reached the bridge. Suddenly, I saw that the light disappeared. I knew the way ahead to my village from the bridge, so I climbed over the bridge and was able to easily walk to my village. Such incidents have occurred in my life many times. God's help is assured for one who remembers God, does Bismillah with conviction in God, and starts his task thereafter. The guidance of God's angels come for such a person. However, God's help comes to you only if you are already leading such a life. Simply uttering the words Bismillah without living such a life will not assure God's help. I advise you to have faith in God, have full conviction in Him and His guidance. Then the paths will open for you. Then you will find God's help. This experience does not come easily. For this, you have to undertake a deep study of the Quran and Hadith and develop deep conviction in God. This is the beginning of seeking God's help.